Okay, now the red button on the top is flashing, so we are going.
Okay. All right, we are podcasting. It is the Yarn Closet from Tucson, Arizona. We're podcasting at Knitting Kitty's house. They didn't annoy her, but I'm calling her Knitting Kitty.
It doesn't annoy me. I think that's kind of cute.
Okay, good. The Yarn Closet.
Wait a minute.
Wait, no. First we have to do the stuff. Yarn Closet AZ for Arizona on Instagram and Ravelry. There is a The Yarn Closet Patreon page. The more Patreons, those dollars go directly into prizes. And there's a Teespring page for the Yarn Closet, so you can get t-shirts and coffee cups and various stuff, because some people say, merch, Mom, do the merch.
That's Connor.
And
I was in the first video of the Yarn Closet.
we know, and you've done many others, and people do like your stuff. So here is one of the mugs. It's just a heart, yarn heart, because we like to say, look with your heart first. Because when you're a blind lady, you have to. See?
I love that one.
So any of those things to generate funds, that goes directly into more prizes, because we like sending out prizes. And the prizes are who knows what. But there's some kind of project bag, reusable project bag. There's some kind of card. We did just...
What does this card say?
Look with your heart first.
Oh, isn't this pretty? Look, don't get that out of the way. Look, isn't that pretty?
Yes, but we have a limited quantity of those. And then I made up some of these for Mother's Day.
Cats!
The Yarn Closet cards with a cat for Knitting Kitty.
Hopefully we'll get a cat soon.
So we're not getting a cat soon. Grandma and Grandpa have a cat. That says also, look with your heart first. But our whole thing with the prizes is this little heart reusable
Carrier thing.
stitch marker carrier and Braille stitch markers that over the summer I will slave laboring my 4-year-old into putting these together, the little tiny stitch marker and Braille tags. She loves it. She doesn't feel bad about it. And then this is a cranked hat tube. It's 2 skeins, a 50-gram Felice and a stripe with, which is a sock yarn. So if you want to unravel it and use this to make hand knit socks, you can. If you leave it together and you want to Kitchener it or twist it and Kitchener it, you can make a nice infinity scarf. This is a simple merino gray, 100% merino. So this one's a sock yarn, this one's 100% merino. And if you want to make socks and then use this, you can section this off and use it. It is a hat diameter. You can make...
Do it as a scarf. Let me see how
I
you
know.
look.
Grandma likes the scarf business.
I love scarves. Because, see this?
Because she's old.
Because I'm old.
See?
Okay.
It's a scarf.
Yeah, but I don't like infinity scarves.
I know.
Wait,
But other
quit
peop-
wrecking my hair. I just had it done
Pick that up.
yesterday.
Other people like
Thanks,
the
Ed.
infinity scarves. That's
I
what's
know, but-
stylish nowadays.
Okay, but see
But
this?
stop. We're not done.
No, we are done. Just a minute. Look at this. See this? I look like I got a turkey neck.
Right.
I need to do
No, you need to have started exercising 40 years ago.
exercising what? My neck? No.
If you'd exercised everything overall, that would have improved. Well, I got a plastic surgeon.
No, because look at you could just do duct tape around
Mom,
the back.
they sell those on Amazon. They're little tape things that go up behind your ears. Haven't you ever seen that in Frankie and what's her name? Grace and Frankie, remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so our prizes also have something from Growly Bear Soap Company here in Arizona. This is a
Mayor, Arizona.
lip balm. And then this is a whole prize package for Mother's Day with a soap balm, a bath balm.
Bath bomb.
Balm.
Bomb.
I'm saying it.
Say bomb.
Oh God, don't. You sound like Jared. Makes the kids repeat everything, thinks every child nowadays has a lisp. So anyway, that is today's Mother's Day.
Look, we have little professional things.
Does it make a difference? We don't know yet. We're not going to know until we
I don't
are
know,
done
but
with
I
this.
feel like I'm Kathy Lee Gifford or somebody, with Hoda on
Okay.
TV.
So this little card and stitch markers, bath bomb, lip balm, coffee cup, and hat tube is going to, and we've had so many commenters. It's so wonderful that people are getting more active, crocheters and knitters, and I would love to hear feedback from people who get their prize packages, because we have a yarn shipping sponsor. Thank you, Grandpa Ed. Sarah Oswald. Sarah Oswald, please email me at TheYarnCloset@yahoo.com with your name and address. Obviously, your name's Sarah Oswald. Send me your address with your name, and we'll be sending out your package.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day.
How's my hair look?
Yeah, you got it colored yesterday, I heard.
No, I also got it trimmed and cut. And you know what? I love this lady. And guess what? So I was talking to her because I was sitting, and as she's doing my color, I was sitting and she said, "What are you knitting?" And I said, this is going to be a scarf.
TheYarnCloset subscribers. I made.
Connor, nobody can hear you. This is grown-ups.
Oh man, I was gonna tell them, what we made a bet on, Mom.
Oh, anyway, wait a minute, Connor. So you guys, so I'm sitting there, and she's got my color going, and she said, "What are you doing? What are you knitting?" And I said, "I'm making a scarf." I said, "I'm learning to knit now." Okay, guess what she does? She crochets, and she has crocheted since she was young. She's young. Oh my God, she's probably 25 now. Today, or yesterday when I went in, this side of her hair was purple and this side of her hair was blue.
Honestly, I think that's stupid. No offense if you do it,
No,
but I think it's stupid.
Why? She's
Because-
just being herself.
Well, lovely. People can be themselves, but geez. And yes, I have half my body tattooed, but most of the time you don't see it.
But she's a hairdresser. And when you go in, she always has a different look. And that's her thing. And are you having a hot thing?
Your house is always hot. Jared
Well-
keeps ours
Well,
cold.
Ed, will you turn the air on, please?
Plus, I'm running a mild temperature. Oh, I mean, let's not forget
Anyway,
that.
she's a crocheter. So she said, "Well, what does she crochet?" And I said, "Well, she crochets anything." But I said, now she's knitting and she's teaching me to knit. She was fascinated by this.
Oh,
Okay, so anyway, go ahead.
that we knit or that we
No,
purchase?
that you're trying to teach me to knit, because I told her I have.
Well, I'm not really
On time.
teaching you. You're doing most of it on YouTube.
Nah, because you're helping me a lot with it.
Can I mention something?
Sit back. You're falling off the side of the.
I'm not falling
You are.
off.
You're
Oh,
falling
I'm
off
not.
the side of the screen is what
Oh.
I'm saying.
Hey, can I mention something?
You can mention something.
What?
TheYarnCloset. I made a bet. I think
Come on,
in
dear.
March or April.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That what?
I made a bet that we could get 500 subscribers in June. And so far, let me check how we're doing with our subscribers. So hopefully we're doing well, because last time I checked,
166.
yeah, we have to get more. Come on. That bet.
Send us around to your friends. Get subscribers. Connor wants
500 by
500.
June.
Good
And
luck.
I'm
then.
not joking.
Okay.
Now
So
what?
anyway,
What
I have
where
a
are we
mild
at?
temperature because I still have a stupid drain that they had to put another one back in last week, the day before I had to go to my mother-in-law's funeral. And then you want to hear the happy news from a doctor this morning?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this
What?
is the shenanigans part.
Okay, what?
We'll get to the yarn in a second, past the giveaway.
Do not show.
I'm not showing it this
your
time.
drain. Okay, right.
So remember how my insurance made me switch primary care physicians and I got an appointment finally? Because the first one they assigned me was a hospice doctor. They wouldn't take me. The second one they assigned me was 30 miles away. The third one they assigned me was 20 miles away. The fourth one they assigned me was out of practice. So I got to this fifth one who is actually a PA to another doctor who's not taking patients, but is convenient. So we said, fine, take it, whatever. Go in and meet her in February. She seems like a nice lady. We seem to get along, explained about my upcoming surgery, yada, yada, yada. My different prescriptions, no problem with your prescriptions. Even though one of them is a pain med for migraines, no problem. Why don't you take a migraine preventative? Why don't you take the Imatrix shot? Why don't you do this? Because I've done all of those things. I've done them all.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And they make you sick. And even if I have a migraine, I still have to mother my children. So I just want something that will cut the migraine enough that I don't have to go to bed.
So what did they have?
So then 5 weeks ago at my 2-week pre-op, my plastic surgeon said, since you have this outstanding prescription, we won't give you any pain meds. Contact your doctor. Here's a form they can send over to verify with us that this is our policy, blah, blah, blah. So I called her office. They said, no, don't make an appointment. We'll just renew this, no problem. Called again because it didn't go through. My pharmacist is like, it didn't go through. Called again. Oh, no, the woman on the other end of the line says, it's fine, we're good. You know, that was months ago you got that filled. Every single week for 5 weeks. They shoved this drain in, and yes, they used some local. Okay, last week. I was shaking so bad when I left, I think Ed was going to pee his pants.
No, Ed was terrified.
Yeah.
Because my husband, Ed, took her and said, text me, and said, I was scared to let her walk into the house alone because you were shaking so badly. He didn't know, were you going to fall down? Were you going to pass out?
Right. So then I had to so then I called and I was crying that time. And they're like, oh, no problem. Then I go to my mother-in-law's funeral, which I almost passed out a few times because it was a long drive, back and forth, few hours, blah, 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 long day. They call me up that day and they're like, you need to make an appointment. So I get in today. I go in. The doctor's policy is 0 prescriptions of anything stronger than 800 milligrams of Motrin or ibuprofen. She will prescribe nothing.
Because of the opioid crisis.
So I said to the PA, well, why didn't anyone tell me that over the phone in the last 5 weeks? Or why didn't you tell me in February? Well, because you said you only had this prescribed once or twice a year. I said, right, and I told you during our rainy seasons, we're coming up on another one. We were just having one in February. We'll have another one in August.
July,
August. And she's
July
like,
1st.
well, it just didn't make any sense. And I don't have anywhere that you're having this surgery. I said, well, that's your bad record keeping. And why didn't any of the women on the phone tell you? And why didn't you let me make an appointment? I said, I'm not angry about this. She's like, you don't look good.
Well, did you say thank you?
I said, thank you so much.
Because I like to look the way I feel.
And she said, how are you managing the pain? She's like, because remember, I had the mastectomy with the fat transfer because I didn't want to put in anything foreign in my body. I said, right. Well, they didn't scrape your ribs, did they? And she's like, no, that's not good. I said, no, it's not. I said, and then she's like, oh, and you've had this drain still in on this side the whole time. I said, no, they put it in the doctor's office again. They'd taken it out, and then they re-put it in last week. She's like, oh, geez. I said, right. And she goes, I don't think the doctor's going to give you anything. I said, great. My other doctor's not going to give me anything because I have a existing prescription on with you. And she's like, I don't know what to tell you. So what I'm telling you is apparently we have now a healthcare system that is only emergency care because you can't stay in a hospital overnight unless, you're
think-
dying or you've cut something off.
Right. Right.
You can't actually sit long enough to talk to a doctor that's new to you to find out all their policies and procedures, for them to have enough time to talk with you that they can remember it well enough to put it in their notes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's called healthcare in America.
Oh my God.
Swear it is.
Stupid.
But it is our opioid crisis that is causing the problem with people who have anything
No,
chronic.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah, but tell the patient.
But tell the patient.
Yeah, just say, suck it up, baby, because you ain't getting nothing.
Right. And she's like, so what are you going to do come monsoon season? I'm like, well, expect to get a refill for my migraine season. She goes, I don't know that you're going to. And I stopped short of saying, well, then I'm probably not going to be your patient.
Right, right. I would change doctors at this point. Hate to say it, but.
And my insurance is so stupid, they're going to send me to another hospice doctor. Or a Spanish-speaking doctor. I'm sorry, I can speak some Spanish, but not that well.
Not that well. And you probably don't
And I don't mean to be, that was not racist or anything. It's just a comment on the stupidity of this insurance company. To go through 5 already
Yeah.
just to get here, and then to have that doctor not tell me that one of my prescriptions is something that they don't prescribe.
Yeah.
What? You would think that would be like the top of your list. Hey, you gave us your prescription list. We won't prescribe this to you. I just want you to know that. We won't prescribe this to you.
Okay, I'm going to just say, as a former nurse, what did we have as a national policy instituted a few years ago? If you have a child,
I don't think this is working.
is it working?
I don't know.
And if you have a child in the hospital, they come to the child and they do this. Point to the face of how you feel right now. And there's like all these, happy face or cranky face or, sad face or whatever. And it has to do with how much pain. Because pain control we were told, was absolute. You tell the person, I need to know your pain level on 1 to 10, and then you get your pain control taken care of. Because if you got pain, people, your body is fighting pain. It can't be healing and fighting pain and living all at the same time.
It's annoying.
Yeah, now
It's annoying.
you can't
So
get
now I
anything.
Can't get anything.
whatever.
But I go back to the drain doctor tomorrow and maybe he'll get it out. Or they'll say I need another surgery. That's the option at this stage. So what's your surprise this week in the yarn world?
Close your eyes. Okay.
Because that's necessary.
All right, close your eyes.
Okay.
All right, because I got a little talking to from somebody who said, will you quit just practicing and will you actually make something? You do like this much and then you say, oh, okay, I know that one. Then I take it all apart. Then I
And you
watch
switch
it.
to something else, so you don't actually know it. Because I bet in 2 months you're not going to remember it.
Well, I would because it's still on YouTube and I can go back and find it. We got YouTube at our house, honey. We got YouTube. Okay, so guess what this stitch is called?
Is that moss stitch?
Oh, for crying out loud. Don't guess right away. I want
Yeah.
to. Okay, look at that. And that's pretty darn good.
What's this business?
The little white, I don't
Okay, let
like
go.
it. Okay, because it's part of this.
Okay, so what did you do here? Because this is not moss stitch. Because
This
you forgot what you were doing?
No,
Mom, this is not moss stitch.
Look at this beautiful.
Mother, this is not moss stitch. This is here. This is not moss stitch. This is a rib stitch. This is a rib stitch. This is moss stitch. Were you intending to do that?
Okay, here's the thing, people. I was not intending to do this.
Because you
But-
forget.
No, I don't forget. I was But look at how I did such a nice job in the middle
I
part.
like the moss stitch a lot. The moss
Yeah.
stitch works really well with this yarn and this size needle.
And it makes your scarf flat so it doesn't curl
Yeah.
like garter stitch.
But I think if you had not done the rib stitch where the color changes
I didn't
are.
want to.
Well, so hear me out though. See how you may not be able to see this because your color perception is off. This is slightly different color than this.
Yes, because this is
because
all
this is called tonal.
tonal.
So there's different shades in a tonal thing. So if this had been all moss stitch, I think you would have liked the way the white flipped up because the white would have been like just this little blip.
Okay, let's show them what I did. Okay, look.
I already did show them what you did.
Oh, but it's so cute. Look at, isn't that cute? So here's the thing. Guess what happened? So it says to do an uneven number. So I did 21, thinking, 21. This is good size for a scarf. Okay. So then I was watching a show last night because Ed was gone, and so I was watching it and I was doing like this, with my hands, not looking down, and all of a sudden I looked and I thought, oh, this isn't moss stitch. I'm doing something wrong here. I thought, okay, so I got on the wrong one. All right, so who cares? So I started doing the moss stitch, and I was doing so well. And then, do you see this? Do you see this? Okay, so what happened was I started doing it, and I was doing it wrong again. And then I realized what it was.
You lost a stitch, and so then your pattern was
I
off.
didn't lose a stitch. I gained a stitch because I counted my stitches. I had 22 instead of 21. And I thought, what would Laura do? Laura would say, well, Mom, just decrease a stitch. I didn't know how to do that. So this is what I did.
Knit 2 together to decrease a stitch.
Oh, I didn't do that. I knit
Think
one.
about it.
I knit one. Then I took, when I
See,
got
this
it on
is what
here-
knit 2 together means. You put it through both of them, and then you pull up one stitch. Get it?
Oh,
That's how you
good.
decrease. But because you have the wrong number, your pattern is not going to be the right thing.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to get all wonky with your pattern.
This is the thing that I didn't like. I love this yarn. I love the colors of it and stuff. But I think I have to do it all in something else. Because see what happens? You get that little teeny white that looks like...
But your white looks bad because of the
Yeah.
stitch. If your white was in the seed stitch, you would like it because it would show up as just a blip.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your white was in the seed stitch, it would just be like a blip versus
Yes.
the weird like.
I know, it's just wonky in there. But now look at this.
So then,
Oh,
because I need
love
something
this.
simple.
I love this color.
This, and I don't have the tag with me, but this is something I got off Craftsy. I think it's a Lorna Laces, supposedly worsted. I'm doing it on a 5mm, and I wanted some easy kind of garter stitch. And so I'm doing a garter stitch shawl that I start with a garter tab cast on in the middle, and then I'm doing the yarn over on that edge and then the yarn over on this edge. A couple of them I've kind of messed up because I'm really not feeling great, but I'm just tired at this point. I don't think I've rested enough throughout all this.
No, I don't think you have.
So maybe
For
I will
those of
just
you
have to
who are
fix
women out
some
there
of it.
who are grandmothers, you know
Well,
what,
when your husband
you can
leaves
read
the
this,
morning after you have surgery,
but then you can read this as womanese. The womanese of that is, so Mom, please can the kids come and live with you forever? I'll send their
no,
birth
because you
certificates.
had proof for a week, but that still didn't help.
Yeah.
And then my mother-in-law, who doesn't really like me at the funeral, was like telling me I had to take a bigger rest and a break, and then everybody's like, call and whatever. But it's sure, it'd be nice for a meal or whatever. But sometimes there's just nothing really that they can do.
Yeah. It's just that your body
Because you're not going
needs-
to ask somebody to come over and clean up the guinea pig poop. or put your kids to bed, which takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours at night, or I mean, there's just stuff you can't.
Why are you complaining about how long it takes to put your kids to bed? That's special mother time. Haven't you read that in the books?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Those of us who have spent, years of our lives, if you add up all the time, years of your life will be spent either saying, will you go to bed? Get in the shower. Will you get out of the shower? Did you wash your hair? Did you dry at all? Because why are you dripping water all the way to the bedroom? This mothering. I was thinking about it on Mother's Day when people say, Happy Mother's Day. And everybody's saying mother on the... Wait a minute. Mother is a noun. You are a mother. I am a mother. But to mother is a verb. And that's what we all do. We mother. And it's wonderful.
Or not. That's why we're still
not.
having so much fun so many
Sometimes.
years later.
Sometimes not.
So,
So I'm
Anyway.
going to take this all off and start over.
I know. Because you're not actually going to make anything. You're going to play around for another month, and then you're going to be done with it.
No, I'm going to make a scarf, but I'm not going to make it out of this because I'm going to try it one more time and see what happens if I actually do it right and that white is in. I don't like the white in it. So,
Because if you did it in the seed stitch, the white would show up differently. The colors are going to show up differently.
yeah.
So if you, yeah.
I have to check on Ed. Hey, Ed,
He's fine, Mom.
did you eat?
Yes, he did. Oh, I thought he did.
No. All right, you're on your own for a minute.
So
have
somebody was asking me about
Oh, wait a minute.
the...
I'm attached here.
Yeah, you are. You have to unplug. See, and I don't know that they're making a difference. Maybe we have to not use the adapter and plug it straight into the speaker port. So I'll try to talk more loudly. I don't know. So somebody was saying, well, what can you do with these hat tubes other than making hats? Because it seems like a waste. Because apparently the rest of you just want to knit your hats 100% on your lonesome. Okay, so this is a hat tube that I've been practicing on. And what I did was here I unwound back 3 stitches and then used a crochet hook to crochet up that that row. Because the nice thing about this hat tube, it's 90 stitches. If you rib on the bottom of this, rib on the top of this, or if you go back down, pull out stitches down and rib up in a space, you can have leg warmers. And I have a couple of friends here who like that. So I've been practicing. Now this one, I unwound 2 stitches and then used the crochet hook to work them back up, and see how it really pulled in the fabric both this way but also this way. So you can play with different design ideas, and I brought everything to show you how I did it, but I think we all can get that. So basically, if you look, this is just the raw edge with the live stitches, and I just held the 2 to the sides here. So if you had your circular needle in the whole thing and you wanted to pull out, you just
See how mad she is? That cat is mad because her treats are in that bag, and that's why she's sitting there. She's waiting for Connor to come and give her more.
gave hers. So anyway, you
I
just
know, but she
secure
knows it-
with a stitch marker the stitch before and after what you're actually going to pull down in the row, and then you use the crochet hook and You knit it up to give you that kind of stockinette look. And then you weave in those stitches again and you keep going. And I will say that, ooh, this crochet hook, my husband made a handle for me. I just got these. I ordered a couple because I couldn't find. I tend to use a 2.25 millimeter for my socks or my hat tubes. And this is a Knitter's Pride Zing. And it's, I love them. Love them. I have a Knitter's Pride interchangeable set, which I got because it was the cheapest one at the time. And at the time I got it, I didn't like it because the bigger numbers, I had only used Chowgoos. They seemed much heavier and they weren't as sharp. But over time, I've gotten used to them and I really like them. Where the color changes, the joins and stuff are pretty solid. It's just my opinion.
So do knitting needles come the way crochet hooks do, where they have the lighted crochet hooks?
Yes, you can get lighted knitting needles.
Really?
Yeah.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
Our old friend?
Or
What is this?
I got you a butterfly
Oh,
scissor when I was looking up the
is that cute?
So growing up, my mom used to paint ladybugs on me, and when I was a little girl, you know, I would buy her any butterfly bracelet or butterfly pin or whatever. So when I got my mom presents, it would be butterfly things.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was
Right.
looking up these, what do we call these? Microphones.
Microphones.
I somehow had these in my thing that came up. So Mom and I got new safety scissors to keep in our bags.
Ooh.
I got this on Amazon, but I just love it. It's just a no name, you know.
Okay, but if Ed's mom sees that,
She'll want it.
she'll want it because she'll say, that's a Norwegian print.
Right, but I had a
For the
grandma
little-
who was Norwegian.
Yeah,
And
that's-
technically she's still my grandma. So that's still a grandma who's Norwegian.
Well, yes, she's dead, but she's still your grandma.
No, but the other grandma, she. Gigi is my grandma.
Yes, and that's why she would take that. Look at, he's got to take the cat in the other room now, or she's going to keep on. That cat is getting so spoiled. Where do I have my microphone
Yes,
on?
you do. You put it back on.
Hello, hello.
Let us know if the microphones are working. We will try to pay some attention to whether or not they did or they didn't on this recording. If they didn't work, we still may post it anyway, and then next time try it with the using a different port. Right now I'm using the Apple adapter, but maybe we need to put it straight into the speaker port because this is an iPad that has a speaker port. I don't know.
I have no clue what that is. It's like you're speaking Greek to me.
Mother,
I know it.
how do you not know that? You have all these things. This is the
I-
adapter. Remember that?
Okay, which I call the little white thing that you put into something so that you can use your phone, your headset.
Which is what I just said.
I get lost.
It's because you're old.
You're going to be there someday.
I know.
I know.
So embrace it and stop trying to act like you're 40.
Trying to act like I'm 40.
You know, get a little bit more rest, then maybe some of these things would click because you have no excuse for brain fog.
I'm 72, people.
Yeah, but you have to sit back further because you keep going off.
I think you're going off the screen, and you think I'm going off the screen. It's because we both have wonky eyes. We can't tell who's on, who's not.
I hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of The Yarn Closet. Please look with your heart first. And we hope you had a lovely Mother's Day.
Right.
Are you
Love
saying
you.
goodbye?
Goodbye.